Sorority TikTok dances are single-handedly destroying the left. Single-handedly destroying the left, far worse than extremely rich and wealthy dumb fuck CEOs like Andy Byron, who gets caught cheating, sort of, at a Coldplay concert, which I don't know which one's worse. But, he just got caught holding someone. It's not like he even got caught like straight fucking balls deep, pounding her, clapping cheeks. But the ex-astronomer CEO Andy Byron faces new scandal, allegedly spent $250,000 on OnlyFans content after cheating at a Coldplay concert. He might have been a part of the group that helped push Lil Tay to over $1 million on OnlyFans and within 3 hours of turning 18. Which I don't know the full story, but there are a few holes in this story. For instance, how was she able to create an account after turning 18 and within 3 hours have it approved and be in the money? So either the account existed before she was 18, it's someone else's account, and they just gave her consent, or it's a made-up story and it's a lie. It didn't actually happen.
walaalkay cabdidhaanto magacaygu cumar faatax state senator district 62 haddana waxaan ahay musharax duqa magaalada Minneapolis. First, laba week ka hor we won the DFL endorsement process. Alhamdulillah waan ku guuleysanay xisbiga DFL in getting the endorsement, and now the next process waxa weeye September 15th ila November 4 will be early voting. So please come out. We need your help to volunteer. We need your help on the phones to make phone calls to everybody. Most importantly, we need your help to donate. We need a lot of financial support to make sure we're supporting all of the volunteers and making sure we have a strong team. So please go to fatahformir.com to learn more. And waxaan u mahadcelinaya walaalkay cabdidhaanto oo aan caawa la kulmay to talk about the campaign. Waad mahadsantihiin.
Proud Elephant says, insane. The front runner to be the next mayor of Minneapolis releases a brand new campaign ad featuring almost zero English. Got to talk to your audience, right? Got to speak to your audience. YouTube showed me this message yesterday. And, switch channels. YouTube showed me this message yesterday. And it says, your channel subscribers are showing less interest in watching this video. So I guess in that instance, in that scenario, I wasn't actually speaking to my audience, in theory. I'm not 100% sure on that one. I'm not 100% sure on that one. I have my theories and my suspicions, but hey, it is what it is. We're going to keep it moving. We're going to keep it trucking. Jesse Waters says, breaking, Democrat staffers are leaking like crazy about Jasmine Crockett, and it's brutal. Aides say Jazzy loves to lay around her apartment and terrorizes her staff, making them chauffeur her to work like it's the Met Gala.
But when the cameras are off, Crockett's real claws come out. Staffers say she bites harder than she barks. And the whole fighting for you act, one big cheap fake. She even works from home. Quote, she's laying around her apartment, won't come into the office, and is really just indifferent to staff and will scream at them. When Crockett actually shows up for work, she wants to be treated like Governor Hot Wheels. She hates using her legs. She demands her staff play chauffeur and drive from the Capitol to her office. It's only a few blocks. And the car can't be some cheap Subaru. It's got to be an Escalade. After that, the aide must, and this is important, stand outside the car and open the door like it's the Met Gala. Another aide says Crockett's obsessed with being the Black Sydney Sweeney. Quote, she's focused almost exclusively on being an influencer, not a member of Congress. Crockett's all diva, no wow. And Crockett might talk a big DEI game, but if you're black, you're the first to get the pink slip. Quote, I don't want to hear Jasmine Crockett talk about helping black women when she just fired one for no reason.
Yeah, we got a little bit more here about Jasmine Crockett. In a new New York Post report, Representative Jasmine Crockett's being blasted by some of her former staffers as a completely toxic boss. Quote, she is laying around her apartment, won't come into the office, and is really just indifferent to staff and will scream at them, a former aide said. Bad Hombre says Democrat mutiny. 3 of Jasmine Crockett's staffers have turned against her, alleging Crockett is an abusive boss who routinely berates and belittles them, curses them out, refuses to go into the office, choosing instead to lounge around her luxury DC apartment while they complete all her tasks, has them do her laundry, and treats them like an Uber service. Trump critic Representative Jasmine Crockett is a no-show boss from hell who terrorizes staffers, aides say. All diva, no wow. And I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. OMG, the NYP just exposed Crockett. She's not nice to staff. She's focused almost exclusively on being an influencer, not a member of Congress. She's never in the office and is very disengaged. She does her bullshit that goes viral and then freaks out over random things, former aides report. And one staffer even reported that she demands to be driven around in Escalades only and rents upscale cars when she's in DC, never taking the cheaper or more efficient option. Yeah.
We're not going to do this. Look, you guys earlier literally just said
you just voted to do it.
Y'all did it first, so you don't want to talk about
voted to do it.
Order.
I'm trying to get clarification.
Look at calm down.
No, because this is what y'all do. So I'm trying to get
Miss
clarification.
Crockett, you're not recognized. Miss
I can't hear
Crockett.
you with your
And
yelling.
You don't want
calm
me
down.
To be,
Can you please calm down?
Don't tell me to calm down.
Calm down.
Because y'all talk
Please calm
noise
down.
and then you
You're
can't
out of
take
control.
Because if I
Look,
come,
Chairman,
if I
can
come
we
and
send
talk
outside to
shit
take a
about
break
her,
for 5
y'all
minutes?
gonna have a problem.
Chairman,
This is a good one. Does anyone else prefer women's volleyball over the WNBA? Oh, man. And Graham Banks Cole says, I just won $480 on the 4th dildo. But it was red or pink. I don't know. Magenta. Interesting story about that one. If I can find it in all the messages we had back and forth today. Already this morning so far. And where did it go? Maybe it was up here. Nope. It's in here somewhere. Bear with me. I thought it was in here. Oh, wait. There it is right here. I thought it was a hyperlink. It was just an image. And it says here that the WNBA sex toy controversy, a cryptocurrency group took responsibility for interrupting several WNBA games over the last week by throwing sex toys onto the court. And it said the stunts, which led to arrests, were just pranks. Some players called it disrespectful. And I mean, I can see it. I mean, once the money got into the mix and you could win, you could make money on this wager and bet. I mean, talk about like insider trading to the moon. And speaking of insider trading,
How is your office responding to the pauses in gender affirming care here in California?
Well, that is something that I'm working for at the national level, and we have, how can I say, are hoping that we can have gender affirming care for our trans kids. And that it's a sad thing for us. I'm not totally. I don't know what effect we can have nationally with what we have going on in the White House and in the Congress. It's really very sad. If you were there, outside our door, we have a trans flag. Outside of our door in the office, Congressional office building, we have the trans flag, as do some of our other colleagues, but that view is not necessarily shared by people on the other side of the aisle.
WTF. Nancy Pelosi just said the Democrats are going to make a national push to surgically trans children. And Nick Sorter says this is why they can never be allowed to gain power again. Trans kids don't exist. Yeah. She needs to lay off that sauce. But I think it's going to come back full force. Midterms, 2028 election, Democrats are going to push real hard for socialism and gender affirming care and trans and all that shit. Racism is going to hop back in. I'm trying to remember that guy's name, the black dude. What was his name? Rob Smith. Rob Smith says all the nicest areas have no black people.
All right, so every time I come to an area that's nice, the thing that they have in common is that there are like no black people around, and I am dead serious about that. And I know that people are not going to like me. You're going to be talking crap about it, whatever. This is the reality of the situation. I'm in Boston for work right now. I'm at the waterfront or seaport or whatever it is. And I was just walking around. It's nice. It obviously looks expensive. There's nice restaurants. Everybody's just chilling, like families. Just everybody is acting normal. And I'm just like, oh my God, there are like no black people here. And when I mean no black people, I mean none, all right? Like, I'm the only one that I've seen that's not like some kind of employee, right? And then there are the people that are here from out of town for the conference that I'm here for. And it really does remind me, like, it makes me think of, well, why is Miami Beach so chill? Why is Miami Beach so quiet? Again, there are no black people. And I'm not saying, but I'm just saying this is something that I have observed in the places where people are calm, people are chill. There's just a sense of community. Everybody's just vibing. It's really, really cool. Every time I have that experience, there are either zero black people or a bare minimum of black people. You can do with that what you want to.
Republicans are trying to recruit and give bonuses to people who want to serve in ICE. Democrats are encouraging violence against people who want to serve in ICE, and they really don't like it when you point this out.
I will just say Republicans right now are trying to recruit and give bonuses to people who want to serve in ICE, and Democrats right now and people on the left are encouraging violence against people who want to serve in ICE.
They are?
And are putting them in harm's way every day.
How
so
exactly?
The two parties and how they're treating ICE agents right now, I think Republicans embracing recruitment of ICE and Democrats encouraging maybe violence.
So we're just going to make a declarative statement like that without providing a single shred of evidence.
You have not seen the myriad stories of ICE agents?
Okay,
Democrats every day are calling them the Gestapo. Do you think that helps or hurts?
Well, they do act like Gestapo when they're
showing
up.
Now you're doing
well, they are.
They're
just showing up.
I assume you condone the violence.
Penske trucks.
Do you condone the violence?
Home Depot. Listen, I don't want my tax dollars going to that garbage, okay? Those people do not deserve to be treated that way simply because they might be undocumented.
Do the ICE agents deserve to be having violent acts committed, rocks thrown at them?
No, they
people
don't.
Trying to
they don't.
Kill
and
them?
those people who do that get arrested, and they should be arrested.
And why don't they
not
doing that? Because they've been told the ICE agents are Gestapo.
Have you considered the fact that in a city like Los Angeles that has a massive immigrant community, when they see their mothers or fathers or family members rounded up, that leads to a lot of rage, and they retaliate. I'm not saying they should. That is criminal. They should not assault a police officer. Let me just tell you something. Someone messes with my family, I get violent. Okay, that's how I feel about family.
Good to know.
I protect family. So don't be surprised when people feel angry when they feel that there's a bunch of feds in their city invading their city, going after people who are just day laborers that are Home Depot parking lot.
That's dangerous talk.
It leads to unrest. It leads to a ton of unrest.
No, it's more than that. They are physically attacking.
And by the way,
there's an 800% increase in attacks on ICE agents.
Scott Jennings, whatever you do, don't stop pointing this out. I got a few more things here, but I'll save that for another video, another chat, another talk. I do want to put up something that I saw earlier today, which was how the Biden administration for the last 2 years completely botched all the job reports numbers and essentially lied.
That he did the right thing in calling for a new head of the Bureau of Labor Statistics, because this shows that over the last 2 years of the Biden administration, the BLS overestimated job creation by 1.5 million jobs. Mr. President, that's a gigantic error. And I don't know if she's, I'm not
It might not
making
have been an error. That's the bad part. If it was an error, it would be one thing. I don't think it's an error. I think they did it purposely.
whether that, you may well be right, but even if it wasn't purposefully, it's incompetence.
Right.
And I guess that's just a reoccurring theme here, whether it's Jasmine Crockett, whether it's Nancy Pelosi, Democrats in general, they have a specific strategy, a go-to, a natural reaction that they just can't help. And they hate it when you call them out for it. They hate it when you call them out for it. But what they're actually doing, I think, and I hope, is locking in. They're locked in, okay? They are determining, they are sealing their fate. This is their destiny. This is it, folks. They are essentially begging and pleading to be replaced, to not be reelected, and to be forgotten. Forgotten. Spitfire says she actually said this. Okay. How? Even with the amount of deranged lefties out there who don't have any good sense and just are unfortunate for our society. I'll just leave it at that.
Nobody's gonna know. Nobody's gonna know. They're gonna know. How would they know? How would they know? How would they know? I can't. I can't. Oh my God!
There aren't enough of them to vote to win. And as a mayor of Los Angeles, Karen Bass says she's worried about taking jobs away from illegals and giving them to American citizens. Let that sink in.
In the past several weeks, we've seen the chaos and cruelty of immigration raids in this city. We have seen how they have impacted families. I am frankly worried about those families and if they're still hanging together, especially economically. And talking to families that have impacted, when one breadwinner, one wage earner is gone and disappears, to survive in our city economically, you need 2, 3, and 4 wage earners to keep housing, to keep food on the table, to keep clothes on your kids. When that is taken away from you, that just doesn't destabilize a family. That destabilizes a neighborhood, it destabilizes businesses, it destabilizes a community, but we are not going to allow this administration to destabilize our great city.
She's worried about taking the jobs away from the illegals so that American citizens can have them. That's her concern. Just wow. There's no way that you can get enough people to stand behind that and want to support that and vote for that. There's just no way. There's no way. I've got more thoughts. I've got more opinions. I've got more that I'm going to share, and it will be over on Patreon. There's a link down below in the description. Patreon.com/Kevin24x7. I think that's what it is. Patreon.com/Kevin24x7. So that's pretty easy, right? And yeah, big shout out to our sponsored chapter. Their link is down below in the description. Their number's on the screen. If you want to find out how you can learn more about saving money on your Medicare and your healthcare costs, give them a call. It's fast, it's simple, it's free, it's easy. 270-467-2426. And maybe you too can fall into the category of, on average, saving $1,100 and not wasting it anymore.